because we start camp, but most importantly, we get to break in our new locker room thanks to W.C. Gentry. Let's give him a round of applause. Today we're here to honor and thank him for his donation that's made this renovation of the locker room possible. And first to speak will be Fred Pruitt of the Board of Trustees. Fred?
Everybody, and it's a real honor on the part to represent the President and the Board of Trustees here at WC to thank you very much for this great facility. You've done an awful lot for JU. I think just a short time ago we were down at the river dedicating that beautiful nature walk you helped with for the Science Center and a number of other things that you do. And as a longtime resident of Jacksonville, I think all of us can thank you for your great work for education in this city. We appreciate it very much. You know, we're so fortunate at JU, I think, to have a coach of the caliber of Kerwin Bell, to have his coaching staff, to have all of you great guys and players here. And what makes it all possible, of course, and keeps it going, keeps Kerwin out there competitive, and keeps all of you and coming to JU is having good facilities. We're working on that. We're working in a number of ways to improve our athletic facilities here. This is a major step forward today. This renovation, it's I have seen it before. I saw it one time. I've tried to block out the last time I saw it. And this is really, really nice. And WC, we appreciate that very much, very much. Thank you.
Now here to speak is the head football coach who's got a couple of weeks worth of work to do in the next couple of weeks, Kerwin Bell.
Thank you. Again, just talking a little bit what Fred was saying. We, you know, we asked so much from our athletes the last 5 years, and you've given me everything we ask as coaches, not only on the football field, but also now the last 2 semesters having the best GPA in the school history for our football program. To go along with that, two championships in the last 4 years. And what I told you in a letter when I wrote you the letter to invite you to camp, and the time for the camp this year was the time is now. And what that means is what it's going to mean throughout the year is that it's going to mean the time is now to show and to prove to the entire country, and especially the PFL, the Pioneer Football League, that we're going to be a championship program year in and year out. We're not just going to be a championship team. See, there's a lot of teams that can win ever so often, every now and then. They can do good every so often in the classroom. We want to be a championship program, and there's not many of those in the country. And with this facility upgrade by Mr. W.C. Gentry, we want to give back to y'all and show y'all what we think of you as a football team and as people. Because I know what you're about. You're about quality. You're about getting the most out of your abilities, not only on the football field, but also in the classroom and graduating and becoming great citizens in our society. So I thank you for that, and this is a small thank you back, and it all goes back to Mr. Gentry for donating the money, saying I presented this to him back in the early in the year, first of this year, and he said, you know what, that sounds like that'd be something great to help out with the football team. It's something they really need. It's something that will motivate them, and to just say something that gives them back and say, hey, we appreciate for all the efforts you've done in the last 5 years to bringing this university where it's at today and with our football program. Just tell you a little bit what we tried to do. You know, we wanted sort of our team theme, and it's home of champions. That's sort of on that wall. It tells us of our schedule. Every year we'll change out the schedule. Sort of got a picture of a lot of our teammates. And over here on the wall, when you walk in the door, this is sort of the collage of our 2 championships. The 2008, it had our theme, It's Our Time. Y'all remember that, in 08? Our first one that we ever won here. And then also in 2010, you remember that theme? Leave No Doubt. We were going to make sure we left no doubt that year that we were going to win that championship. We went undefeated in Pioneer League play, 8-0, went 10-1. And then up here, what we want to do is have sort of what we've done as a program the last 15 or so years. You know, the 2001 Pioneer Football League champions, South Division champions, and then the 08 and the 2010 Pioneer League championships. We were ranked 18th, which is our highest ranking in 2010, FCS coaches poll, final coaches poll. And then at the bottom, we sort of put a collage of the top 11, I think 11 or 12 players in our program's history that was voted on by a bunch of people that's been here throughout the program's history. And so that's what we tried to do a little bit. We're going to add to this as we go. We also did some things, some improvements in the shower. There's going to be some big couches here after training camp. We don't want to do it during training camp because we're working the first 2 or 3 weeks. And then we got the nice projection units that we got an offensive unit. So the offense can get on the computer and find their game. They can watch film of the opponent. The other team or the other people here can be watching TV. Or if a defensive guy wants to come in and watch, you got an offensive and defensive unit separated. And so you'll be watching TV on one, the other ones can be watching the game and doing some studying as far as their opponents. So we hope that this is going to serve us, build that team camaraderie. And again, we made this was all made possible by God. Now I sort of want to introduce is Mr. W.C. Gentry to come up. We want to present this to you. It's my old number 12. Colby's 12 too now. Colby Walton, who's going to be a great defensive back for us, but it really represents the 12th man, Mr. Gentry. And we think that's what you are. You're a great 12th man for us, and we're going to take this, and we think this is going to really help our program go a long way. Thanks very much.
Well, I appreciate the chance to be here, and I'm really proud that I could help with this. I have a great respect for Coach Bell. I watched him play down there in the swamp for many years. I was glad to see that he provided the defense for the projector over here, because he sometimes forgets about that because he's so offensive minded, but I know he doesn't really, and he's got a great defensive coaches, and you got a great defensive team. I want to say that I owe a lot to JU. I was down in Florida for 3 years, and I got married and needed to work here in town. I came back, and they were very good to me here, and I'm very happy to help out JU anywhere I can. And I'm really happy to help out Coach Bell. He has built a great program here, as you know. He's a great coach. You got great assistant coaches, and you're a great team. And when he told me about your locker room, I said, you know, this is something we want to do, because this is a championship team right here. You guys are champions, and you need to be treated like champions, and this is the start of it. I hope we can do a lot more going forward. But I got to tell you, even though you guys are facing 2-a-days in about 4 days, I envy you. I envy every one of you. I played football in high school, and I was soaking wet 165-pound cornerback, running back, but I wasn't ever going to play running back in college. And I got offers from Princeton and Columbia and Furman and a bunch of little schools, but I wanted to be a Gator. And so I walked on at Florida. And I played, back then you had a freshman season, and I started as a freshman. And I got to tell you that except for my family memories, the fondest, best memories I have in my life are playing football. And I know you get a lot of advice, and these old guys like me tell you things, but I can tell you right now, this is the best time of your life. The lessons you're going to learn here, the friends you're going to make here, the character you're going to develop here, the courage you're going to develop here, the values develop here, they'll carry you the rest of your life. And the time you have here, I promise you, if you buy into this program, if you buy in and you give it up every day, every play, you'll remember it the rest of your life. I know one of my biggest, I've been very successful. I just share this with you. I'm a lawyer. I've handled cases all over the country, argued before the Supreme Court, won probably the biggest case in the history of this nation down in Palm Beach for the state of Florida against the tobacco industry. Billions of dollars. But I am really honest, Kerr, when I say that all these things that I've been fortunate enough and blessed enough in my life to do, some of my fondest memories were on the football field. And one of the things I regret most is that I didn't stick it out at Florida. I got banged up a little bit. Got banged up a lot, actually. Got banged up quite a bit. And being a walk-on at Florida back in those days wasn't easy. And so I decided that I'd worry more about my health than playing football. And I regret this to this day, because I got well and I wish I'd gone back out there and played. But in the year I did play, I have some great memories. I want to share a little story with you. We played up in Georgia. Georgia back in those days was a very physical team. our head coach, Ray Graves, that's back when Spurrier was there. They didn't believe in weights. I lifted more weights in high school than I did when I got to college. We had to go to the university weight room to lift weights. They didn't lift weights. We did isometric bars. You run off the field, you go, ah, you know, and act like you were pulling them. That's how it worked out. But we went up to Georgia, played in Athens, which was a real experience, and they were bigger, stronger. I don't know if they were meaner, but they were definitely bigger and stronger than we were. And we were in a game of our life. And I probably had the best game of my college career. I had 26 tackles, blocked the punt, we scored a touchdown off, and one of the few touchdowns we scored, and just had a great game. But probably one of the memories I have most is we put a stunt in for that game. I was a cornerback, and I got a chance to stunt off the end and go in and blow up the play. And it worked great, all practice, all week long, worked great. Couldn't wait till the game. About the fourth play, fifth play, pop the end, he pops out, I go running in there. And I mean to tell you, it's like being on the expressway. I got a clear line, quarterback's handing off to the tailback. I'm going to bust the play up. I mean, I am just, man, I'm hot. I'm smoking coming through that line. And all of a sudden, everything got real red over here to the right side. And next thing I know, I'm in the hedges. Honest to God. I'm all the way into the hedges. And talk about an expressway. That's what the running back had where I used to be. And, you know, being a cornerback, they never told me about pulling guards and traps. But I learned a big lesson that day at Georgia. And you hear the story about people say, if it's too good to be true, it usually is. That doesn't mean anything till you get run over by a pulling guard. And you learn that if it's too good to be true, it usually is. And that was a great lesson I learned. And I got to tell you, we did that stunt 2 or 3 more times, and I was looking when I ran in there. And we blew it up, but I didn't get run over by that guard. Of course, fortunately, they weren't trapping on this place, but I was ready for him. Me at 165, him at 250. I was going to take him on next time. But I remember that, and I think that why I remember that game so well, it wasn't because I had a great game, and I was fortunate enough to have a couple of them that season. It was because we won. It's because we won. And even though I got my butt busted running in there and getting clobbered by pulling guard, I was giving it everything I had. I can tell you guys, you have an opportunity here to build a legacy. There have been some great football teams here, but you're on the cusp. You're ready to be a great program, a great football team, a team that hopefully will go to the playoffs. You can do that, and you can build a legacy for this school and for yourselves. And this city is getting excited about you guys. I can tell you, they figured out there's football being played over here. And when this city gets excited and really buys into this program, you're going to have a bigger stadium, and you're going to have a bigger locker room. And this is going to be a first-class national program, and you're building it. You are building it. You are the legacy. And so we're proud of you. We're proud of what you all who are upperclassmen have built these last few years. We're really proud of Coach Bell and everything that he and his staff have done. And I know that you guys can be great. And the only key for you to having those great memories is that you know you gave it your best. That you bought in, and every play, every day, you gave it your best. And you do that, I guarantee you, when you're old like me, you'll look back on this, and it'll be some of the finest memories that you ever have. So good luck to you, and build that legacy for JU.
That's yours to take home.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
My car.
Well, that's it. Gentlemen, good luck as we start training camp. Best of luck to y'all as we get set for an exciting football season. WC, once again, thank you. On behalf of the school, we can't thank you enough for what you've done to help make this locker room possible. Thank you.